DoorDash just announced that they are adding the dreaded tiers program to my market. And I have about 2 weeks to get qualified for platinum. We are gonna do a ratings climb. I'm starting at 16% acceptance rate on DoorDash, but we're not going to do it the way you might have seen it elsewhere. We are gonna multi-app rating climb, taking almost every DoorDash order, and at the same time, try to keep both our dollars per mile and dollars per hour close to where we wanna be. Let's go. Our first order of the day is this $12 for 8 mile Starbucks order. And here's how we do this. We had just turned on Earn by Time. As soon as we accepted this Starbucks order, we pause. Not because we don't think we could get good orders, but because our whole goal here in this ratings climb is to basically take everything except the worst of the worst Earn by Time orders on DoorDash. Now, as soon as we get close to delivery, we will turn DoorDash on. When we accept DoorDash orders, we leave everything else on like we always do, because we want to be picking up multiple orders from multiple apps whenever possible to keep everything up as we go. There is a Starbucks much closer to the drop-off than the one that we are going to, but for whatever reason, this one was either chosen by the customer or by Uber Eats, so we're gonna go get it. There is definitely a chance of a hidden tip on here. The journey to platinum begins. We got this skillets order. It looks like a pretty decent order, so we are good with that. The drop-off is also around the area that we want to be. We will leave all our other apps on as well, see if we can pair up anything with this. Props to them for putting a real orange in the orange juice, but man, the customer's gonna think I drank half their juice. On our way to drop off that skillets, we grabbed this $7 McDonald's order on Uber Eats. We were driving right by the McDonald's and we went to pick it up and it wasn't quite ready yet. So then we went, dropped off the skillets. We had a nice tip on there of $9. Again, this is why it's super important that you don't take other people's word for what does or doesn't work. This is an Earn by Time order that I got a great tip, plus had better base pay than if I had just picked it up normally. I think that DoorDash is actually squeezing some better tip offers in Earn by Time, because that's kind of the direction that they want to push us. For what reason? Not sure. We hit pause after delivery on this, and so this is how you can control where you do your Earn by Time on DoorDash, because a lot of the issues with Earn by Time on DoorDash is it will keep taking you further and further away from your main zone where your best tips and tippers are. Our first Starbucks of the day actually had a hidden tip on it. It turned out to not be $12, but $22 with a nice $18 tip. We then picked up the McDonald's and dropped it off. It is almost 10 o'clock, but I have enough time to drive and get to Costco for the Costco drops. There were a lot of options there when it came to the Costco drop. We ended up getting this $42 for 33 item, going about 13 miles. It matches what we're looking for in a good order. The 1, 2, 15, $1 an item, $2 a mile, at least $15 an order. Everything is shopped from Costco. We are on our way to drop everything off. After dropping that Costco off, we headed back towards downtown, but before we could get there, we got this $38 for about 40 item Publix order. It is only for one customer, so that is ideal. We're gonna try to get this done in about an hour. Got an add-on on Instacart. I love it. Doesn't happen too often. It is for 10 cases of water, but it's an extra $23 for one more mile. That brings this batch up to a $60 batch. We're super excited for it. I know I can get this done in less than 2 hours. Well, our shopper was very particular about some things, so we worked with them to get them everything they wanted. We've got the cold stuff in the cooler. We've got stuff everywhere. The car is packed out. All right, everything is dropped off from those two Publix orders. We set up at another Publix, also near some restaurants, and we got our second DoorDash of the day. Now, this is one that almost certainly will be a bad order, but I'm okay with that. We are over $25 an hour so far, and that's the beauty of this system, is that you're never gonna take more than 1 or 2 bad orders in a row, and as soon as you get frustrated, you can just turn off DoorDash altogether. You're gonna get some good orders mixed in with some bad orders, but we're able to keep our dollars per hour up where we want them to be. That Chipotle order for DoorDash was a total bust. We waited 10 minutes right by where they were prepping the to-go orders. He did not get to it. I was not even close to being next in line. They were backed up for multiple orders. However, don't just cancel on DoorDash. Time it out. Once you wait those 10 minutes, especially if it's not a super busy time like right now in the middle of the afternoon, I timed it out, was able to cancel it without it impacting my completion rate. After that, we grabbed this Fresh Market order. It is $19 for just a handful of items and a pretty short trip. On our way to drop off the Fresh Market, we snagged this Ubereats, $12 for 15 miles. Now, normally I wouldn't take this. However, about 4 or 5 of those miles we were already driving, so it's more like $12 for 8 miles. So there is a chance to have a hidden tip, and the drop-off is kind of close to home, so it's late in the afternoon, so I might actually hop in for a quick little snack because I didn't bring any food with me today. Everything is dropped off. We are all caught up, and we are going to take a breather. We just found out our Fresh Market offer. The customer increased their tip by about $4.70 or something like that. Made it a flat $15 tip. We are at approximately $180, and we are about 7.5 hours in. It is 3:30. We are really close to the storage locker, and I have a couple items that I've sold, one on Facebook Marketplace and one on eBay. So I'm gonna go pick those up and drop them off at home to get ready for pickups and shipping out tomorrow. I'm also gonna grab a little bit of food. We've got some boxes that we sold on Facebook Marketplace and a wallet that we sold on eBay. That's why it's important to have other hustles going on so you can make money while you're out making money. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. We just hit 400 subscribers tonight. If you want to support the channel, there's some links down below that can help us out, as well as links to our Patreon for both free and paid tiers. Let's get back to the action. We are hitting the road again. We did find out that our last drop off before our break was not $12. It was $19. A nice hidden tip that we had there. We took a little longer break because we have to, I had to do some paperwork stuff with my wife because she is headed to a brand new job tomorrow. So we were working on getting the onboarding stuff done. She is going to be starting as a teacher's assistant tomorrow for 3 days a week. We just got a DoorDash for this neighborhood Chinese place. It keeps us along our main strip. That was a quick 25-minute delivery for $10 and change. We got this order from J. Alexander's. This is a restaurant I had never been to before. It's kind of a higher end steak, surf and turf type of place. There was a really long wait, but I did not time it out. So why didn't I time it out? Why did I wait this one out? Well, one, it's a high-end restaurant. They did only order 2 burgers, but just the nature of it and seeing everybody in there, it's gonna most likely attract higher clientele. 2, the delivery location is going to a higher end community. So I'm gonna play my odds that there's gonna be a better tip here. Also, you can get stopped from how many timed outs you can use on DoorDash. So I do try to use them sparingly, specifically for really bad restaurants or deliveries going to lower tipping locations. We dropped off that J. Alexander's and the total ended up being $16. So once again, we got some really nice base pay because we had to wait a while and it combined with a nice customer tip. Those two things together, so we basically got our $25 for our first hour. On the way out, we grabbed this Grubhub. Now, this is super high mileage and super high dollar, like 23 for 17. But a couple things. One, the first 3 miles or 4 miles is just getting out of the community. So I would have to drive that regardless. The second thing is most of the orders this far north tend to bring you even further north, whereas this order is bringing me way back down south. And just as we arrived at Zen Asian Barbecue, we got this double for $26 for Uber Eats from PF Chang's, which is right across the street. Now that's going to bring us even further south along our path, but it's all in a nice straight line. So we have about $49 worth of food. We waited for the sushi at Zen Asian Barbecue, and just as they completed the order, I got it, and then the customer canceled the order. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. There's a $23 order, and for compensation, they gave us $1 for all that wait. But we get free sushi. I did also call and I requested a higher compensation, so I will let you know if I get that. Even after waiting, when I went across the street to PF Chang's, I still had to wait longer. I have no idea why all these restaurants are slow tonight, but that just seems to be the theme. And finally got that picked up after about a 5-minute wait, but you could tell there were a lot of people who had been waiting a whole lot longer than that. And now I got to go pick up. It was actually not 2 from PF Chang's. It's a PF Chang's and a New York pizza and pasta. So I'm going to go pick up the pizza order. Finally, an order was ready. Our pizza order was ready. So that's really good. That place is usually slow, but I think because we waited so long at the other two, they had everything ready. They said they've been behind all night too. Just kind of a weird thing tonight. Everybody's behind schedule. Grubhub did update our compensation from $1 to $6. So still not great, but better than $1. We got locked out of Earn by Time on Doordash. So we've just been holding it off to the side because I don't want to be taking any $2 orders. That's for sure when we're trying to take most everything. But we got this $10 for 4-mile order from La Trattoria. Actually, I just dropped it off. It was kind of a quick pickup drop off. There is at least an $8 pending tip, which means definitely we are in the hidden tip range. On our way back to downtown, we grabbed this Trip Radar. I wasn't able to get a screenshot of it because of the nature of Trip Radar, but this Trip Radar from Uber Eats. I misread it though. I didn't realize it was for 2 orders. I thought it was just for 1, so they kind of got me because I wasn't paying attention. It's $14 for 8 miles, but it is 2 pickups and 2 drop-offs, though I do think both pickups come from the same restaurant, and that restaurant was pretty backed up with orders waiting to be picked up, so hopefully those 2 orders that I'm getting are the ones that are ready to go. We are back downtown, and we just picked up another order. It's $12 for 10 miles, but again, a chunk of those miles were dead miles headed back to downtown. So if you have dead miles to drive, you kind of need to ignore that when it comes to the total because you have to drive those anyway, so you might as well get paid. We also found out that our first La Trattoria order that we had earlier had a couple dollar hidden tip on it. That went up to about a $12 total. I thought we were gonna be done, but we took one last pass by downtown and finally got a DoorDash order. It is from Cafe Milano because at 10 o'clock at night, someone decided they needed a filet mignon. So we're gonna go bring it to them. It's like 30 minutes away. We ended up getting hidden tips on our earlier Trip Radar double, as well as on our order from the Bevy. And then finally, we completed that order from Cafe Milano. Ended up with a $14 order to finish off the night. We ended our first day of our rating climb on DoorDash with a 20% acceptance rate, up 4 points from where we started. In 13 hours of total delivery time, we did $6 on Grubhub, $57.86 on Doordash, $119.58 on Ubereats, $131.85 on Instacart, for a total of the day of $315.29. That works out to $24.25 an hour, just below our channel goal. We also did 202 total miles today for $1.56 a mile, slightly below our goal. More Rating Climb videos coming soon.